Kia ora Year 9. This video goes with the revision booklet that's on Google Classroom if you're in my 9 Hihi or 9 Weka class. It looks at the relational skills, so they're the ones on pages, I think, 2 and mostly page 3. There are 25 questions. I'm going to see how many I get through in video 2. Video 1 had the unistructural questions. So I'm going to go a little bit faster than I went in the foundation video. So just pause the video and do these questions before I go through them and see how you get on. So the first 4 questions are looking at the idea of like terms. And we know this because we've got terms that are being added together or taken away. So we've either got pluses or minuses in here. So what we're getting at is the idea that when the variables match exactly, we can put the terms together. So in here, we've got 3b squared and 2b squared. They go together because they're both b squareds, right? So the b squared we can think of as b times b and b times b. We have to have exactly the same letters. So you'll see later on that if I have a b squared and a b, these are not like terms, right? They're related and we can do other things with them, but we can't just add them together. But in this first one, it's pretty clear cut. We've got 3b squared and 2b squared, and then we've got an a and an a. So this one will be 5b squared plus 2a. Question number 2, we've got a squared here, and then we've got a plus b and a plus b, right? And so we've got 2 lots of a squared, 2a squared, plus 2 lots of b, 2b. Notice no time signs. I talked about that in the unistructural video. If you're not good with that, go back and have another watch of that one. On to question 3, we've got 6m squared here, and now we've got take away or negative 2m squared. So they're going to go together. And then the next thing we've got is we've got 4x, take away 3x. You can see that I'm always putting that subtraction sign with the thing that's coming, right? So we could also circle it up like this. These are the terms. So keep the sign with the term and you'll never go wrong. Right, so 6m squared take away 2m squared gives me 4m squared. And then I've got 4x take away 3x gives me 1x left. So we just write plus x. Right, number 4, this is where it starts to get, where you've got to be careful. We've got 7p. These are not like terms because they're p times p. And here's another p here. Right, but the p squareds are going to be like terms. So that stuff goes together. So in this one here, we've got 8p take away p squared, right? So it's take away. Think about your number line. We're starting with 1p squared and we're taking away 2p squared. Right, so that's my final answer in there. It's also correct to write that as negative p squared plus 8p. And it's really good to get used to these two things being exactly the same, especially for year 10 and 11 when we go on to harder problems. All right, the next few questions start to be about multiplication and division. I'm going to write the first one out really slowly and then we're going to see the pattern. So this one is y times y times y times y times y. And that's y times itself 5 times. We don't want to have to do that all the time, right? So when we've got the same base here, the variable is y, we can simply add the powers when we're multiplying. So in this next one, we could write this out as 4 times p to the power of 5 times 8 times p to the power of 3. That will give me 32. And then here, we've got p to the power of 5 times p to the power of 3. So it's going to be 32 p to the power of 8. Notice a couple of things. It's really easy when you've added those powers to have your brain thinking, I need to add those numbers. You don't need to add those numbers. You're multiplying those numbers, right? So it's 4 times 8 gives us the 32. So in this next one here, we get straight away 3 5s are 15 r to the power of 6. In this one, what we're looking for is whether you remember how BEDMAS works, right? So we've got 6 times m, which is 6m, take away m squared. There's nothing more I can do with that, okay, because they're not like terms. So that's the end of that one. Same idea here. We've got BEDMAS, right? So think about it. We do our multiplication before we do our addition. So doing this multiplication gives me a cubed. Doing this multiplication gives me 4a. And again, they're not like terms, so I can't go any further. In this next one here, the first thing I can do is I can simplify the numbers. So 26 over 2 gives me 13. So step 1, if I wanted to break this out into 2 steps, would be this. 13x to the power of 5 over x cubed. And I could write this out the long way. And I'm going to do that just for this example so that you see. And now I can start simplifying out. So when we start out doing algebraic fractions, which is what this is called, that's how we do it. We can quickly see the rule that we came up with in class, right? That we're going to end up with the x's being in the numerator here because we've got x to the power of 5 here. 5 is bigger than 3 down here. And we're just going to be able to subtract the powers, right? But I want you to understand why that's working. It's because of this cancelling out. So when I've got the same base, I can subtract the powers and I get 13x squared. Okay, if you want more practice at those, there's heaps on Dr. Frost, so let me know. Next one is another example exactly like that. We've got 24 divided by 8, which is 3. And then I've got a to the power of 10 divided by a to the power of 7, which is a cubed, right? So 10 take away 7 gives me the 3. You don't need to write any working out for that, guys. You just need to do it. The next one here, we can simplify these numbers, and we're going to get 1 here and 3 here. So that's step 1. We could write 1x squared over 3x to the power of 6. And here, what we've got is we've got the x's are heavier in the denominator, right? So we could write this out as 1 times x times x. And here we've got 3 times x. I'm going to run out of space. Oh, bad. I don't like writing it like that, but there you go. So what I've got here is I've got these x's simplifying away. So this one gives me 1 over 3x to the power of 4. Again, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the 6 and the 2 and going, the 6 take away 2 will give me 4, but they're going to sit in the denominator, right? Because that's where I started with most of the x's to begin with. So the simplifying here means that I get 1 over 3 times x to the power of 4. Now, some of you will notice that if I apply my rule of just subtracting the powers, that I get x to the power of negative 4. You'll use those heaps when you get to year 12 maths. We do lots of work then with negative powers, but it's actually the same. X to the negative 4 is 1 over x to the power of 4. But when I teach it to year 9s, I don't usually teach negative powers. So you can choose which of those methods works better for your brain. Okay, but the correct answer there, this is the only right answer there, 1 over 3x to the power of 4. Right, lastly, we've got some expands and simplifies. Oh, actually not lastly, we've got a lot left to go, sorry. So expand and simplify is quite straightforward because we're just multiplying that 4b times this, and then we're going to multiply it times that. So 4b times b squared will give me 4b to the power of 3, plus 4b times 1 will give me 4b. Next one, 5x squared times x will give me 5x cubed. Take away, because it's a takeaway sign here, 5x squared y. Now in the next one, it's the same idea as before with factorising. I'm looking at each term and I'm asking about a highest common factor. So first look at the numbers, 5, 10 and 15. The highest common factor is 5. Now the new thing, now let's look at the letters. Have we got a common factor of x's? Well, no, we don't, because we've just got numbers. But actually, I haven't read that question before I started. The best thing to do with that question is, first of all, to go, well, 10 plus 15 is 25. So all we're doing is factorising 5x plus 25, right? So the answer here is 5 into x plus 5, right? So the highest common factor here is 5, and then it's back to being an easy one. So always look first at whether you can clean up like terms, right? So 10 plus 15 are like terms because they're both constants. Next one, number 16. Right, we've got 7x, 14, take away 14p, take away 28. My highest common factor is 7. 7 watts will give me 7x, 7 x's. 7 watts will give me minus 14p, minus 2p. And 7 watts will give me minus 28. Take away 28, it's going to be this. Okay, so just the same idea, except that I've got 3 terms. Right, the next one looks terrible, but it's not. We're just looking for the highest common factor, and we work our way through the x's, the y's, and the z's. So look at the x terms. We've got x cubed, x, and x. The highest common factor in there is going to be x. So we've got x in there, right? Oh, we're not finished yet. Sorry, someone just came into the room. x in there, and then we look at the y's. We've got y here, y cubed, and y. So y cubed, and y. The highest common factor there is going to be y. And now we look at the z's. We've got z, and z cubed. The highest common factor is z. So it's the same skill as back when we did the number ones. It's just more abstract. It's just working with variables. Now we say x, y, z times what will match up to this. So x, y, z times something has to give me back this, and it's going to be x squared. Okay, the next term, we're going to need a takeaway sign. We want to match up to this. So x, y, z times something will give me the y cubed, and it will be y squared. And lastly, we've got a plus. So it's going to be plus, and you should be able to see this one by now. We've got x, y, z, and we need to have a plus z squared. So that's a harder factorising. And that method will get you through a lot of factorising problems. Okay, where are we? I'm sorry for saying okay so often. I've just realised I'm doing it, and so now I'm saying it even more. Evaluate means figure out the value of. This is like when we do sport, the x is going to come off the field and the y, and the 3 is going to replace it, right? So it's just like substitution in a sports match, right? So what you have to be careful of here is that you show your substitution. So it's going to be 5 times 3 plus 2 times negative 3 divided by 2 times negative 3. That equals 15 take away 6 over negative 6. Moving up to here, that gives me 9 over negative 6, which is negative 3 over 2. I'm just going to check that I'm not mucking up any of these answers. I'll just quickly make sure, yep, that's right. Okay, so another thing to notice, since this is a relational video and we're trying to get you linking up skills, is that here we've got a negative sign in the denominator, and we never leave it like that, right? We always say negative 3 divided by 2. Now, it doesn't matter because 4 divided by negative 2, for example, would be negative 2. And negative 4 divided by 2 would be negative 2. So it's a really, really strong convention in maths that we write the negative number in the numerator of the fraction. Okay, so don't leave it like that, and don't leave it as 3 over negative 2, right? Just fix it up to be like that. So that's our first evaluate one. Right, and the next few are a bit like that. You just need to make sure that you actually show your substitution. Okay, so the next one here, we're going to have 6 times negative 1 minus 2 times 3 divided by 3 times 3. That gives me negative 6 minus 6 divided by 9, which is negative 12 over 9, and we simplify that to negative 4 over 3. So starting to get a few lines of working, but they're just linking up our number skills. Number 20 is our last substitution one. So 6p minus 4k over 5k is equal to 6 times 1 minus 4 times 2 over 5 times 2. That gives me 6 minus 8 divided by 10, which equals negative 2 over 10. Simplifying gives us negative 1/5. Next, we get on to some fractions ones, and these work in exactly the same way as they did in numbers. So if you worked hard at all your number fractions, you're going to find these really good. If you skipped over that content, you're probably going to want to go back and find the skills on multiplication of fractions. So when we multiply fractions, we multiply the top and we multiply the bottom. And when we're multiplying, again, because this is a relational skills video, I want you confident in simplifying through this. So we could write this out the long way as 3 times a times 7 divided by 5 times 9 times d, times the top and times the bottom. And we see in here that we can simplify the 3 and the 9. So my final answer is going to be 7a over 15d. Now we don't want to have to write it out the long way for long. What we're going to start doing instead is going, oh, here's a 3 and here's a 9, so we can simplify here. And that's the better way to go once your confidence is ready for it. So in this next one, I'll write it out big here. So we've got 2x over 7 times 3y over 8. Now, the 2 and the 8 have got a common factor, right? So 2 over 8 can be simplified to 1/4. That gives